Hey everyone, Coach Greg here. Welcome back to Living Empowered. Hey, it's our January 1st edition, January. So what goes better first edition January than resolutions? That's right, resolutions. How many of you guys made them? I didn't this year. I always have goals set every month, week. So it's an ongoing thing for me, but resolutions still very popular. Everybody's making them. Let me ask you this. We're going to just jump right in today, by the way. So hopefully you got pen and paper, take some good notes. I'm going to give you some tips and hints today. What this is going to be about is how to make this thing stick. Are you one of the February statistics that sometime in February you're like, yeah, all this stuff I talked about in January I'm done? Because there's reasons for that. We're going to talk about that. But I want you to not be that person anymore. I want you to be the person that, come June, come August, come October, you've hit one goal, you've made a bunch of changes, you're getting on to the next one. You're like, ooh, don't need a new one every time because I'm just ongoing with this, ongoing improvement. And there's a lot of ways to do this and make it successful. It's not big. It's not daunting. You just got to kind of know how to do it and have the right mindset. And it all starts really with the setup of this whole thing. So we're going to get into this. We're going to talk first, like what is a resolution, how to keep it. Here it is, definition. Basically, it's a promise. It's a promise you make at the beginning of the year to start doing something or stop doing something harmful. So start doing something to benefit you or stop doing something harmful for yourself. It can go either way. The most popular, what are they? Same with me. Get fit, get healthy. Yep, number one, always number one. Spend less, save more, usually around the number 2, 3 spot, to stop doing something. Maybe you got a personal thing you need to stop doing. Maybe hitting the snooze alarm. Maybe you got to stopping at Starbucks every day on the way because that's a financial drain. It's a caloric intake, a lot of things. Maybe it's this year, hey, I'm going to get organized. I'm going to organize my couch. I'm going to organize my daytime. We're going to organize my family, my business, whatever it is, but get organized. A lot of people at this point, given all of the life changes, the world things that are going on, it's just live life to the fullest. Whatever that is for you. Sometimes it's moment to moment. Sometimes it's day to day. I'm all about winning the day. That's what my coaches always tell me. Just seize the day. Win the day. You win one day at a time. You may not win them all, but you win one at a time. You're way ahead already. By the time you get to the week, the weekend, the month, you're way ahead. Sometimes it's just learn a new hobby. Go do something new. Are you stuck in a rut? Go learn something new. Everybody right now is taking up pickleball. I get it. It's cool. It's easy to play. It's like stand-up ping pong. Not discounting it because it's very challenging, very fast, can be fast. A lot of fun. Our entire family, even the grandparents play. So it's tons of fun, very social. I highly recommend that as a specific thing. So anyways, okay, so those are your most popular resolutions. Which one of those or more of those resonated with you? You know what? I'm focusing on, I usually slide into the end of the year with decent health so I don't have to start out of the gate. This year I'm starting a little out of the gate. So already trained extra today, cleaning up the diet, just the basic stuff, but it's not a, ooh, I'm going to do this for a month thing. I'm planned out for a while, so I'm ready to go. Here's one of the biggest things to note. It's not just about making that resolution. It's understanding why they fail. Why did they fail? Is this the same resolution you made last year and the year before and the year before? I hate to say that, but we make the same ones over and over and over. And it's a broken promise to yourself almost every time, right? Sometimes you do it. If you've done it and you've managed it and you've mastered it and you killed it, text me back, shoot me an email, what have you, put in a comment, say, hey, coach, I crushed mine and here's how I did it. Share. Don't just say, hey, I killed it. Say, hey, I killed it and here's how, because we can always share with other people. It's always great to share. I'm all about educating. The older I get, the more I want to educate myself and other people to learn why. So share why you crushed it, how you crushed it. But here's why resolutions fail. They're usually made in the moment. What does in the moment mean? In the moment is you're at a party. Someone's like, hey, what's your resolution this year? Like, the first thing you think of is get in shape. Unless you're already in amazing shape, but it's going to be something along the get the healthy, usually something like that. But it's usually like, you're caught on the spot. What am I going to do? Whatever pops in your head first. It's a made in the moment thing. It's a quick question. It's a party. It's, oh my gosh, it's New Year's Eve. I need to have one. Don't do that. What's another reason? No commitment, no intent. So if you're just making one spur of the moment, usually there's not a lot of thought behind it, and it's only made in that moment, and you didn't really have a lot of intention to it. It may have sounded nice, but it sounded nice last month, last year repeatedly. It sounds nice, but there's nothing behind it, right? Right. So moving on. No detailed plan. Okay. Any success that you want to have in your life with anything requires a plan. You go on vacation, usually you've got a plan. You got to either plan where you're staying, how you're getting there, how you're paying for it. Those are all little plans. If you're on a fitness program, you need a workout plan, you need an eating plan, a nutrition plan. You need all those things to really succeed. A financial plan, how much you saving, how much you spending. Everything requires a plan. So a lot of the resolutions fail because people say, yeah, I'm just going to start getting in shape today. And they don't know what to do, or they get up and they do what they've done before. I can just go for a jog. Not the best idea. Or hey, I think I'll just go to the gym I used to go to and just jump in some classes. Also not the greatest idea. So have a plan. Have a plan. They fail because they don't have plans. We'll get into that, how to make them work in a few minutes. They're uncomfortable. Resolutions will require you to change. The word change for most people is uncomfortable. We're creatures of habit. We like the comfort zone. Even when the comfort zone doesn't benefit us, our comfortable zone is a known zone. The new zone is uncomfortable. It's unknown, but it could be unknown success. And sometimes we're afraid of the success. Sometimes we're afraid of getting lost in what we had before, but that's even more comfortable. Think about a bad relationship you stayed in too long, because you were there. Why? Because it was uncomfortable, but are you afraid to be on your own? Are you afraid that someone's not going to be new for you out there? What's the fear that holds you in your comfort spot? Same thing with these resolutions. What's the discomfort keeping you there? So they're uncomfortable getting into something new. A lot of times they're ambiguous. I'm going to keep hitting the fitness thing because that's my world, and that's what I hear a lot of. The ambiguity of this is, I'm going to lose weight. That's nice. Hey, I'm going to start working out. Also nice. Hey, I'm going to eat better. Also nice. What's wrong with all three of those? There is zero detail. How many times are you going to work out? How long are you going to work out? What days? Is it on your calendar? Is it posted as a scheduled appointment? Put it on appointment like you put a doctor's appointment on your calendar. Put it on the calendar. If it's there, and then when it's there, treat it with respect, because it's self-respect to get that workout in. Here's the biggest one. Here's why they fail. It's because it's made without a why. You're going to hear me talk about the why all the time. Your why is, what's your true emotional meaning behind something? What's your reason for wanting to make that change? The fitness and things, a lot of people go, yeah, I just want to look better. Okay, because I don't know. I'm getting older and I'm getting a little saggier. I'm like, okay, why? Again, why? But you kind of get dig in the onion, like, oh, well, my spouse doesn't think they're not attracted to me like they used to be. I don't feel attractive. There's an emotional reason typically to the reason we do things. It's always deep in there. You just got to peel back that onion and keep saying why until you get emotional with your answer. And don't be afraid to do that. Some people are afraid to do that. I know people that will not do it. They will not dig because they're afraid of what's under there. But really, once you get down there and you know why you're living for something, yeah, you do it. Let me tell you a story right here. We just went on vacation and I went sledding with my son. We got to chomp up this hill. We're at 10,000 plus feet. Air's thin, it's a struggle, but we climb up this hill, we jump on these sleds and we slide down. Great ride, great fun. And we keep going and he says, Dad, this is the most fun I've had. And I can't remember how long, just simply sledding together. Sometimes we rode together, which was a little crazy. And then we were racing and then we're back up the hill. We're doing 15, 20 laps on this hill. That takes some energy. And let me tell you, it takes some conditioning at 10,000 plus feet when you're used to ocean level. And I told him coming up the hill, I said, son, he's 14. We're passing that torch right now where he's now more conditioned than I am. But I told him, I said, you know what? You know why I work out and why I do what I do? I said, so I can at least mostly keep up with you. And that's my why. My why for doing a lot of the stuff I do is to participate in my son's life, whether it's actively doing stuff with him, teaching him, educating him, whatever it is. But that's the big reason. I want to see grandkids. I'm an older dad. I want to see grandkids. I've got a ways to go if he's at 14. So taking care of myself, the nutrition, the fitness matters. And same thing for my clients. I got to represent what I do for them. It matters. You got to have someone that's leading you from the front. So that's my why for these things. Those are my emotional things. Those are my reasons. So don't be afraid to dig in. I just shared some soul with you right there. So don't be afraid to dig into your own and really feel why this stuff matters to you. Why does it matter? What's the point of the whole thing? for you, because that's really what's going to make the difference. Okay. So that's why okay, again, let me recap why they fail. They're made in the moment. There's no commitment, no intent. There's no detailed plan. It's uncomfortable what you want to make that change for. It's ambiguous, no details. And it's made without a true emotional why. It's just boom, spur of the moment off the top of your head, right? With me? I made these many times myself, been there, done that. I'm sure you guys have too. So let's dig in a little bit further. Okay, how to keep your resolution. So before you write a resolution, make sure it stems from a deep motivational, a motivation already present in your spirit. That's your why. So make sure it exists in you. Really, like I said, take a few minutes, take a day, whatever, figure it out, but really feel it. So I would say, although I gave you the list, I saved the deepest one for the last, but let's start with the deep one for keeping your resolution. So in order to keep your resolution, your promise, your goal, your success plan for life at this point, at least for this year, let's call it 2024, determine your why. What is your why? Sit down and figure it out. We just talked about it. Sit down and figure out what yours is. I shared mine. Mine was my son, participating in life, being there, being the parent that's participating. Simply that. That is important to me. I want to be that. There's a lot of things I don't do anymore because the body won't let me, whatever. I'm getting older, but I'm not living through him. I'm enjoying him. It's a big difference. I see people still, sports parents, like yelling at their kids, you got to do this, you got to do that. I did this. That was your life, sir, ma'am, not theirs. So whatever he chooses, I want to support, be there for him, but participate as much as I can. Okay, so second, so number one, determine your why and write this stuff down. Don't just think about it. Actually write it down. Type in your computer, put it in your phone, write it on a piece of paper, put it in a journal. You got to write it down because I want you to refer back to it later. Be specific. Again, we talked about the weight loss. It's not I want to lose weight. It's, okay, here's where I am. Say you're weighing 200 pounds and you want to weigh 180. Just picking numbers out of the air. So I want to lose weight, but I want to lose 20 pounds. I want to lose 20 pounds by this date. Again, make it reasonable, make it specific. So now you've got a number, now you've got a goal. Now you can start backtracking your plan. We're going to get into that in a second, but now you're specific. You specifically want to do that. That's your reason. So you have a why and you have a reason. Small steps equals big goals. So now you've got your specifics and your why. So now let's start laying this down in small steps. How are you going to do it? Well, first, I'm going to get rid of all the sugar in my house. Send it out, donate it, throw it away, do whatever you need to do, get it out, if that's what it is. If it's financial and you need to figure out your budget, work with somebody that can help you with that and sit down and do it by yourself. Figure out where your money's going. My coach says, do a money checkup consistently. Where's your money going? Where's it coming in from? Where's it going out to? As long as you know that you can start developing a savings plan. So small steps, figure out what your steps are, because a little step at a time. Don't just go for the big overreaching goal, because small steps every day. You've heard me say this before too. 1% better every day makes you amazing at the end of the year, right? Amazing. So small steps at a time equals big goals. So little steps. Give yourself the grace. You didn't get here in a day. You're not going to get away from here in a day, but with a quality plan, you're going to get it done. And then again, write them down. Here's my why. Here's my specific goal. Here's my first couple steps to get this whole thing started. And here they are all written in my journal. It's all there so you can see it. Write it on Post-it notes, put it in your car, put it in your bathroom mirror, on your sink, wherever you're going to start seeing these things constantly. So it's always in your view. When it's in your view, it's in your mind. When it's in your mind, then your body, the energy you create is like, yeah, I want to be there. I'm going for this thing. It's just a constant reminder. It's great. And it works. Get an accountability partner. Heck yes, this is for sure a big one. Because when you're going to have failed days, I'll call them failed days, the days you mess up. So say you're on a diet, and you're like, oh, In-N-Out burger and fries, I got to have it today. So you go and do that. Is that the best way to eat for a good quality nutrition plan? No, there's good ways to eat In-N-Out, which we'll do a show at In-N-Out pretty soon. I'm going to sneak in there and do a show, but I'll show you how to eat there and not sabotage yourself. But point being, have a partner. Say, oh my gosh, I'm going to crash today. Your partner's like, no, don't crash today. Do this instead. Or if you're having trouble, get into a workout. Get someone to go with you. You know they're waiting for you. Whether you go to the gym or you have a coach, I tell people, I'm standing here waiting for you. So, the pain part is, You know I'm going to be here. I'm looking for you. I'm going to send you a text if you don't show up. I'm going to also bill you if you don't show up. It's like a doctor's office. And I don't have a single client that argues that point. No, as you should if I don't show up. But as a most part, just to know somebody's there waiting for you. Somebody's on your team supporting you. Whatever your goal is, have somebody that's there for you and with you. Someone that understands it and someone that's always supportive. Don't get the naysayers. Don't get the person that's like, oh, you feel bad today. Oh, that's okay. It's everything's okay. You know what? They will tell you it's okay, but they're also going to tell you, hey, get your butt in gear. Like, that's a lame excuse. I had a coach tell me once, she's like, okay, now you just did the woe is me thing for 10 minutes. Now let's look at all the awesome stuff you just did and let's focus on that. Let's put the other crap aside. I'm like, okay. So we shifted from whatever caused me to go down the woe is me path and we put it back on the look how much stuff is much greater than the woe is me. You don't need that. We're going here. Like, oh, all right, get the fire started again. So the accountability partner will make you keep showing up for whatever it is you're showing up for. Show up, be present, and kick butt every time. You know, you're going to have off days, and we all need that somebody to pick us up. So don't get a negative person. Get somebody you respect, someone that understands you, someone that's been there before. Those are your best coaches. And remember, every good coach has a good coach behind them. We all do. I have a couple. If your favorite athlete, how many coaches do you think they have? 2, 3, 4? There's a lot. So reward yourself. So as you're going along, setting new goals and new challenges, even in the weight and nutrition program, is not about denying yourself. So many people have that old stigma, that old mindset. Oh, I can't have. Let's stop focusing on what you can't have and reward yourself for doing good stuff. But it's not, hey, I'm going to reward myself by a great week of workouts by having a couple donuts. That's not a reward. That's a sabotage. But reward yourself with positive things. Hey, you know what? If you drop a bunch of weight, then go get yourself a new garment of some sort. Get a new shirt, get a new dress, get a new pair of jeans. Get something that says, yeah, check me out. I'm looking awesome. And that's my reward. You know, even write what your rewards are going to be. When I get here, here's my reward. When I get here, here's my reward. If it's a financial thing, you could be saving for a vacation. Your vacation could be the reward, you know, something like that. So whatever it is, have rewards along the way. Okay, those are important. It's not about denial. It's about setting up new things, feeling positive, and forcing yourself positively for all the hard work you're putting in, all the great work you're doing. Reward and acknowledge. And then never forget your why. So I said, we write it down, put your why up in a bunch of places. Put it where you're going to see it. I'm doing this because this. I've told this story before. I'm going to tell it again. I always tell it because it just, for whatever reason, it just resonates the heck with me. One of my clients, 300 plus pounds in the lazy chair. I went over at the referral of their daughter-in-law who said, you got to help him. I'm like, okay, fine. So I go, we're chatting. And the why is what we got to make him get going. And it was like, oh, he's super nicest guy ever too. He's a great guy. We're chit-chatting, just throwing the stuff around. I'm like, okay, let's get to this. Why am I here? How can I help you? And it was, well, I just want, I need to lose some weight. I need to get in shape. Okay, why? Well, my health's a little off. That health's a little off was way understatement as we dug into that more. But then we just kept going with the why. And it came down to, I can't play with my grandkids. I can't get on the floor with my grandkids. I can't ride bikes with my grandkids. I'm too big. I'm too out of shape. I can't move. And I'm missing out. He's missing out on their life. Maybe that's why I resonate with this why. I want to have grandkids. I want to be able to be on the floor with them. I want to participate in not only my son's life now, but whatever comes next too. And this guy, big, giant, tough construction guy, crying because it hit him right there. There's your why. And he never forgot his why. Never forgot it, because when you get to that emotional level of what it is and you write that down, you will remember. Not just I wanted to lose weight. It's I want to participate with my grandkids. That's a big one. Every time I say that in a room full of people, the room goes quiet. Everybody gets it. Are you participating in your own life, your kids' life? Are you skipping things because you're not able to do things? Fix that. Do what you need to do to fix that. If you need help, call me. I will help you fix that. So let's go over how to keep your resolutions. So first thing, biggest thing, just talked about it. Determine your why. Write it down. Be specific on your why. If it's a weight loss, I'm going to lose this much weight by this date, this much a week, whatever it is. And if you miss the marks, adjust it. It's okay to adjust. Don't go, oh, it's all ruined. It's out the window. Don't do that. Make the adjustment and then keep going. Remember, small steps equals big goal. Give yourself some time. Give yourself some grace. Give yourself some grace to not be perfect, but give yourself some time, little step, little step, little steps. So if it's back to nutrition, weight loss, don't just empty out your fridge and then go start buying crazy food that you've never eaten before. You're not sure how to make all these dishes and It's overwhelm. Overwhelm will crush you. You'll be right back at Del Taco eating fast food. Don't do that either. So small steps. I started taking sugar out of my food. Okay, I don't need that sugar. Don't need the candy. Don't need the cookies. No thanks. No thanks. Be the no thanks person. I used to be that guy. Hey, no thanks. I'm good. But I'd have something. And after a while, you don't feel deprived or denied. You're like, yeah, that was powerful. I said no thanks. And I feel powerful for that. I don't feel deprived for it. I say no thanks all the time. Holidays are best for that. I mean, these holiday parties, oh, look at all these sweets and stuff. And people are like, bar, bar, bar. I always put my business card next to the cookie tray or the donut box. It's kind of a jerk thing to do. Maybe not. But I'm like, hey, you're going to call me in January. When you need somebody in January, call me, take my card. But when I don't eat that stuff and I'm watching the other people eat, I'm like, you know what? Hey, I made a great choice for myself and my family by not eating that. Would it have been good? Maybe. I will eat something if it's top notch, top quality. And I'm like, oh, this is so amazing. But cookies for cookies' sake? No, I'm a cookie guy, a homemade cookie guy. But if it's not good enough, won't eat it. I won't take that hit. So again, pick and choose, small steps. Okay, write them down. Again, write everything down in a journal. Write it all on one page. Here's my why. Here's my specifics. Here's my steps I'm going to take to get there. And they're all written down. Number 5, get an accountability partner. Get a coach, a close friend, someone that's going to support you. If your spouse isn't supportive, it's okay. Let them do their thing. You do your thing. Don't be resentful about it. Don't put a lot of uncomfortable emotions on it. It's okay. At my house, we're not always on the same page. We're frequently not on the same page, but I don't use my spouse for my accountability partner. Sometimes she's helpful, sometimes not. But if I need somebody, I know where to go. I have my own coaches. I say, hey, coach, my coaches are dialed in with me. That's where I go. So that doesn't disrupt my other relationship. So there's no resentment. I know what's going to come from there, and it's okay. It's okay because I don't expect that. You have an expectation of that person to do that. That's a whole other conversation. Failed expectations, but choose the partner that's going to help you. And then hopefully if it's a spouse or a partner of some sort, that they're at least supportive of what you're doing. They don't have to do it with you. It's okay, but they'd have to support that you're doing it. If they don't, that's a consideration. But get the accountability partner that works for you. Someone you can text, say, hey, I need a little help today. Hey, I need a little boost today. Hey, I need a little pick me up today. Whatever it happens to be. Hey, let's go work out today. Let's go for a walk today. Whatever it happens to be. Use that person. Make sure you give them back to them too. It's always a give and take. The energy of give and take is always got to be there. All right. So good. That's 5. So 6, reward yourself. Once you hit some milestones and you got some successes, give yourself a little reward. Give yourself some props. Give yourself some grace. Again, don't use food as a reward if you're dieting. Use something else. Financially, again, if you've saved a little money, don't go blow it all. But if you want to buy something nicer than you would have before, that's okay. Do that. Make sure you're still within your plan, but reward yourself and don't be afraid to do that. And biggest and most, never forget your why. That's why you started this whole thing. That's why we're having this great discussion right now, is that you don't forget your why. It's important to you. Make sure that why goes right in the center of your heart. Make sure it makes you go, oh, that moved me. I used to tell the story of that guy, and every time I told the story, I get a little teared up because I sat in the room with him. And when you sit in a room with somebody that goes from big and burly to all of a sudden crying, it moves you. And that was the realization. The first time I went click, click, I'm like, dang, that's the true why right there. And I can tell the story normally now, but I connect with it. I resonate with it because I want to be there too. That's my why. So find out what yours is, the story that makes you well up a little bit. Think of your why and think of what happens if you don't make your why. What happens if you don't make the change? What does your life look like then? What does their life look like then? What is your participation in somebody else's life? If that's your goal, if that's your why, what does that look like? What does that look like too? Look at it both ways. Feel it both ways. I would be massively disappointed if I didn't do well enough to participate. I will be massively disappointed myself. Nobody else to blame but me, not anybody around me, not anybody else's influence, because the choice every day that you make and how you behave and what you do is ultimately yours. You say, well, this person, as soon as you say that, the rest of the sentence doesn't matter. because it's instant blame. It's you. It's you. You chose to do something. You allowed them to do something to you. That's allowable. Push it away. Push back. You are ultimately in charge. It can get a little uncomfortable, but you are ultimately in charge. So keep that in mind. Okay, so it's not about being perfect. It's about your effort. If you show up every day, get up every day and have a little mantra. I say, today is going to be amazing. I woke up, my feet hit the floor. I have an opportunity to be amazing and do what I need to do today. It's going to be a great day. And I have expectations of this being a great day. If it isn't perfect, that's okay. Make as much effort as you can to control what you can every single day. And that's where your transformation happens. That's where your success happens. That's where your changes occur, is when you are taking place every day. Every day you're making the effort, you're showing up. One of the best things I heard recently was, actually got it from my coach. She said, who do you show up as every day? Are you showing up as a dad? Are you showing up as a coach? Every moment with somebody, even with myself, how are you showing up? Who are you showing up as? If you show up as this successful person on this mission to make this resolution, this change, this transformation happen, if you show up every day, at least with that intent, you are off and running. And always allow yourself grace to not be perfect. It's okay to not be perfect. None of us are. That's why we're human beings. Human beings are imperfect. But the best part is having the grace to say, hey, I was imperfect today, but I did good. Acknowledge your wins, write down your wins, do what you can do. And then after that, let it fall. If you got to roll something to the next day, shake it off. Next day's a new day. Get after it. Next moment's a new moment. You can change, like, whoops, just had a bad moment. All right, I'm going to do this instead now. Don't blow off the whole day. It's like, I'm going to have cheat day on diet. It's not a cheat day. Have a cheat meal, not a cheat day. One meal and then get back on your plan. It's kind of how it goes. So it's okay. Be graceful to yourself. Be forgiving to yourself, but also be strict. It's going to take some time. Be persistent and use that accountability partner. Use that coach. Use who you have around you to help you be successful. That's what's going to make the difference. Okay, this is a new chapter. We're January, fresh January right now. So whenever you're watching this, every day actually is a new chapter. You have just 2024 is a new book. You have 365 pages to write, 12 chapters. Every day is a new page. So if you need a fresh page today and a new opening, something else going on, then you got an opportunity every day to make the change. It can be moment, like I said, moment by moment, but right now your book is wide open. Your pages are blank. We're going to put the words on the page. They're your words. This is your book. It's called Opportunity. What opportunities are you going to make today for your chapter to be different? So today's the day. So I want you to go out there today. Yeah, we went through this whole thing with no extra breaks or anything, but I want you to go out there today. Start with your list, figure out your why. Take a little time to do this. This isn't a 5-minute project. Take a little time, think through it, feel it, and then start jotting it down. And then if you got any questions, of course, come back and see me. Shoot me an email, shoot me a text. I'm always available for you. I want to help you through this. This is a big one. And if you really want to make those lasting changes, put those few steps into play. I guarantee you will be in a better place. You're going to hit 2025 going, oh, I did all this stuff in 2024. Don't forget to write down those wins every day. If you write them down every night, pretty soon they build up. And the amazing things is how many wins you've got all of a sudden. You're like, wow, that's a lot of stuff. And even the little wins are big wins. So take them all. So it's the first day. Today's your first day of a new chapter. So you go out there, write your book, do what you can do your best. Call me if you need me. Stay tuned next for Cooking with the Coach. I hope you enjoyed this. Shoot me an email back. Let me know how you liked it. I've shared with a lot of people that had a really good takeaway. So hopefully you took something away today. Please feel free to take away more than one thing. Share with me what your takeaway was. I appreciate you being here. I'm grateful for you being here. Without you, this wouldn't exist. So keep on living empowered. Stay tuned for Cooking with the Coach, and we'll be right back. Okay, everyone, we're back. All right, here we go. We're going to make a really cool snack. I have chicken nuggies. I do have also, if we're going to go the healthier route, some rotisserie chicken. Love the grocery stores these days. They will make a bucket of rotisserie. They'll do the hard work for you. They'll take it all off the bone, just put the white meat in there together. It's perfect. This is great for salads, for snacks, for what we're about to do, all kinds of different things. So here we go. I've got some biscuits. Yes, things starting with biscuits. We're going to the air fryer with these things. But we're going to make chicken and biscuit. We're going to make chicken and biscuit healthy, chicken and biscuit kid-friendly, some different flavors. It's going to be really fun. So here's how we're going to do this. We're going to start with the biscuit. Again, you grab whichever one you like. The biscuit companies are getting smart. It actually says air fryer ready on the package now. So they figured it out that this is what we're doing with the biscuits now. I'm just going to put it in a little flour so it's easier to work with, but not too much because it does need to stick together once we're ready to go. So I'm going to just make a little biscuit pancake right here. Those two words that go good together, biscuit and pancake. All right, I got a little one here. I just didn't want it to stick to my tray here. Thin is pretty good, but not too thin. It has to hold all your stuff. If it's too thin, your stuff's going to pop out the outside if you overload it. So don't overload them either. We've done this recipe a while ago. Not this recipe, a different style altogether, but similar, using the biscuits. This is such an easy recipe to do. This is also super fun to do with your kids. Your family, like, hey, let's make something together. Like, oh, I don't want to cook. This is fun. Like, hey, look, we're making little pancakes. You get to put what you want in them. They're going to go, oh, that's awesome. Let's do that. So I'm going to start with just a couple of these right now. Here's how we're going to do this. I have fresh mozzarella. I got a fresh mozzarella ball. You can get the ball. You can get fresh. You can get shredded. Again, whatever works for you. Depends on how much time you have. If I was hustling on time, then I would just grab shredded mozzarella and sprinkle some of that in here. But for today, for you guys, we're going to make some cubes and drop the little cube in here. What's going to happen is we're going to put the cube in here. That cube is going to melt and make some beautiful mozzarella, creamy mozzarella in here for our little chicken guy. Here we go. We're going to start to stack it already. Chicken, mozzarella goes first. I'm going to pick a decent sized guy right here. This guy's going to be good. This is straight up just chicken and cheese right here. I am going to make this fancy. Now, if you're doing kid ones, just a simple chicken and cheese, that's usually how they are. If they like something else, you can put more ingredients in these. This one, I'm going to fold this guy over, make him very simple. One chicken nugget, one piece of mozzarella. That guy is good to go. Going to squish the top together. I am going to remember this time to use my handy dandy olive oil spray. I like the olive oil spray, a little healthier than other oils. The olive oil spray keeps it from sticking to the air fryer. So my air fryer is right here. It's poised and ready to go. It's already warm because I just did the chicken. Okay, that's chicken piece number one. We're going to make a little, look at me, already getting stuff on my shirt. Don't wear black if you're using flour. There you go. I'm going to go chicken guy number two. We're going to go chicken nugget. Put a little olives, a little bit of olives in this one. Make this a little bit more flavor. Olives are the good fat. Yes, olive oil. A couple of these in here. To put a couple under the chicken, some next to the chicken. They can all be friends in there. I'm also going to add a little sun-dried tomato, a little bit of tang in here. We're going to get the, I got just the julienne cut because they're smaller. You can get these in the olive oil. You can get them flavored, unflavored. You can also cut these up, tear them up so they're a little smaller as well. Whatever fits. Remember, it just, guys, has to fit in the dough. That's all we need to have. So, again, I'm going no sauce on these. So what you can do is you can get, if you got a marinara sauce you want to dip because you like that, great. I do have one here I'm going to show you in just a minute. I'm going to make it a different way with a different sauce that I like because it's my show. Anyways, no, I'm going to put one on there that I like, the sauce that I like too. Again, just a little spray of olive oil, a little spritzer right there. And he goes in the tub with the other kids. All right, let's do another one. So we're going to take, again, the dough. The dough comes off in thick biscuit pieces. What I want you to do is peel that again in half. Otherwise, they get really giant. You can make a big old fat one if you want, big old giant one. That still works. These are really meant to be just kind of snack size. And again, you don't want to eat too many of these, but if the kids are eating them, they make easy snacks. You can have one or two. It's a meal. If you're having these also and you're cutting down, have one of these, make a nice salad for yourself to go with it, make a vegetable to go with it. You still get the good flavorings the good chicken, the good cheese. I love chicken and cheese. My favorite, couple of my favorite things together. All right, here we go. A couple more of these ready to go. All right, I'm going to go cheese on this. I'm switching this time. I'm switching to rotisserie this time. So this really one is for me. Again, it's a little bit cleaner. Again, mozzarella, as far as cheese goes, mozzarella is one of your cleaner, burning, digesting cheeses. Top notch for you. Okay, I'm going to go sun-dried tomato. I like those. I'm not a tomato fan in the raw tomato sense, but I do, for some reason, like these. Good flavor. Don't know why I don't like the others. I just don't. I'm going to put a pineapple chipotle sauce. Oh, that smells delicious, especially on my nose. I'm going to put a little drop of sauce on here because plain chicken, rotisserie chicken, and mozzarella by itself is going to be bland. It's going to be tasty, but it's going to be bland. So I'm going to put just a little drippings of the sauce. It's going to pop that tomato a little bit as well. That's going to be really good. So now I got just a little bit of sauce in there, enough to give it the flavor. Peel that up. Again, that is a pineapple chipotle sauce. That's going to be tasty. That's excellent. I've had that before on the rotisserie. Really gives it some life without giving it, again, too much extra fat or anything, but just a really great flavor. Try to figure out I'm all about the flavor stuff here. Boom, 2 in the bucket. All right, this one, we're going to go with a totally different angle on this one. Check this out. Okay, a little bit of a breakfast style one, or I'm sorry, sort of a desserty style one. Blackberries. Oh, Coach, you just went a totally different direction on us. Yes, I did. Could make this one a little dessert-like. Since we have the dough is a little bit pastry-ish. So I'm going to put that in there. Going to put that in there. Going to give me a little bit of strawberry. Let me cut this up a little bit because that's not going to cover that whole thing. Slice, slice, slice. Watch your fingers when you're slicing, please. Okay, I'm going to cut this up a little bit smaller. Good. So whatever kind of fruit you like, you can put this in there. Remember, you're making just like a little fruit tart pastry without all the extra gelatins and such. So you can put whatever you like in it. So I got blueberries, blackberries, strawberries in this thing. And we're going to cover this thing up. Now, what you could do with this too is if you have a little cinnamon and sugar sprinkle, when this thing's done, give it a light brush with the butter, just enough to make it sticky. And then maybe give it a little roll or just a little sprinkle of cinnamon and sugar to sweeten this up. Oh, that will be so tasty. So we got a little fruit one too. It's going to get warm inside. Here we go. Let's put a little spray. Almost forgot. Let's put the spray on the bottom. So happy I'm remembering the spray this time, so I don't have to peel them off the bottom of the air fryer. Okay, I'm going to get these going. I'm going to say 4 minutes is what I'm going to go for on the first go around. We're going to go 4 minutes with those. While those are cooking, I'm going to set this aside. Check this out. It's a fun little thing that I found while I was falling in the black hole of recipes. If anybody been to Pinterest, it is a black hole of recipes. So I found this one. What's popping up everywhere at restaurants. You just heat that up real quick. Popping up everywhere there's a chicken place. What are they all starting to have now? Yes, chicken and waffles. If you said chicken and waffles, you are correct. Best thing to do, though, is always control your own chicken and waffles. Because, again, you know what the ingredients are. You know what's in them. You know what's on them. So I'm going to put this stuff aside. We're going to make little baby super easy chicken and waffles. I went the cheap route. Not the cheap route. I went the fast route and got some Belgian waffles at the store. They're in the frozen section. They're beautiful. You can get regular. You can get gluten-free. You can get some fancy with the fruit on them. We have fruit, so we're good to go with that. Okay, these are actually ready to go. Turn that off. So I've got 2 of these ready to go. So the waffle itself in this case is big. Again, we're trying to keep these things a little bit more reasonable, a little bit manageable calorie-wise and size-wise. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this big old waffle square. I'm just going to cut it in half. I'm going to cut it in a quarter. This is really cool to do if you've got, again, if you're making breakfast or if you got a big egg buffet thing going on, or if you're going to a party and you need an appetizer, check this out. We're going to go chicken. We're going to go chicken there, chicken there, chicken there, chicken there. We're going to make 4 of these. Look, here's the cool part. Look at how fast this is taking. You're thinking, oh my gosh, I forgot I have a party tonight. What am I going to take? I'm supposed to bring an hors d'oeuvre. Dude, we just toasted a waffle. I didn't call you dude. I just said dude. We toasted a waffle. chop it in quarters. Air fryer's cooking our chicken while the waffles toasted. That's super fast. Let me grab what I forgot was the toothpicks to hold these bad boys together, because you want to make this look kind of cool. So right now it's like, it looks okay. But what you can do with your chicken and waffle to make it look really fancy now, take those berries that we just used for the other recipe. Look at this. We're using the same ingredients, and we're making really cool recipes with the same stuff. I'm going to take a couple blueberries right here. I'm going to stack them up, spear them, drop them right in the chicken, right through the waffle. There we go. I'm going to go one with a little strawberry hat. I'm putting the whole strawberry on here because why not? Strawberry hat with our chicken, waffle. We're going to do the combo one more time combo. I'm going to go blueberry raspberry, a little small one. I'm sorry, blueberry blackberry. You would think I'd know my berries, huh? There we go, blueberry blackberry on this one. That's a nice solid piece of chicken also. And check those out. I'm going to move this guy over here. We put those on a plate, take those to somebody's house on a nice plate. Look at what a cute little presentation this is. So now you've got waffles, you got chicken. Again, you can dust your waffle if you want a little powdered sugar to give it some more presentation, a little flavor. If you want to have a little warm, if you got a cool syrup, we like the maples, the amber colored rich gold grade A Trader Joe's syrup. It's good. If you don't have Trader Joe's, get the kind of syrup you like. It just makes a nice little dip or a little drizzle. But these are super good party favors. Look at that. You just pick that thing up. It's ready to go, ready to eat. These are amazing. So check that out. So we've got let's check the air fryer, see how we're doing. This says 14 seconds to go. These are about ready to pull. So look at how long this has taken us to do all this. This is under 15 minutes, except I did pre-cook the chicken. I was doing something else. So I threw it in the air fryer, set it for 8 minutes. Boom, there it is, ready to go. So the chicken's ready to go, but it's still warm. When I made the dough, I just got everything else out. It took me about 5 minutes to throw everything else out on the counter right here. You can see the big mess that I've made, but it's all here. And then just start assembling. You get your ingredients, your sauces, whatever it is that you like. Let's see how these came out. Okay. That one came out clean. All right. We are looking good. Yes, they are hot. Coach, you're not using the tongs. No, I'm not. I know. That's not, kids, if you're watching, don't do it that way. Use the tongs. Funny part is, here's the tongs right here. Didn't burn my hands. I was good to go. Okay. I'm just going to try to find the particular one here. All right. Looks like the kid one's right here. Let me clean this up a little bit. So it's that fast. Look at what we got. These are beautiful. These are golden brown on the outside. I didn't butter them up either. So again, keeping a little bit of the fat and the calorie count down, because these biscuits are all made with butter and other goodness in them anyways. So we're going to cut this guy open. And look at that. Don't know if you can actually see all this or not. Oh, that is the one with some sauce in it. So we are chicken, cheese. The cheese melted just perfectly in there. Super moist. Because that cheese, the water of the cheese with that chicken keeps that chicken moist. Even though I've pre-cooked the chicken, I didn't overcook the chicken to start with. Make sure you don't overcook it. I didn't overcook it. It's ready to go. Chicken, biscuits, and cheese. You got to love that. I'm really curious. Where's our fruit one? This looks like our fruit guy. Coach, show us the fruit one. See how that came out. Oh, there it is. We are just nice, warm, good seasoned fruit. So now, again, we're nice, warm fruit. This thing's looking good. Beautiful. Again, you can you can put a little drizzle on it. You can spray some butter spray on it. Sprinkle it with cinnamon and sugar if you want to make it fancier or tastier. As far as the fruit being warm, it's all good. That's amazing. Just like it's a pastry without all the extra sugar and the gelatin and the gross stuff anyways. So you're not going to feel really sluggish after you eat this. It's a nice, I can see a little bit of sweetener on this would be just boop, top-notch touch. I didn't want to do that. I wanted mine to be pure right now. So I left it that way. So again, this is how you can do the variety of these things. And again, I'm going to leave these whole because I'm eating these things later. So again, recapping. So while we got this going on, we had the air fryer. We cooked the chicken. We have rotisserie chicken. Very easy to do. Toaster waffles. Very easy to do. Toaster waffle with the chicken. Stab a piece of fruit on top. Beautiful display. Super tasty. All good. Dip it in syrup, whatever you like to do. The biscuit balls, these are great. Again, you can put different kinds out. Everybody's making them in the house. You can make whatever you want. So everybody's super happy. It's fun to do with the kids. It's a great time. Again, I used the chunk mozzarella. I chopped it up and then dropped it in. You can use sprinkle if that's easier and faster. If you're going for fast, this is definitely the way to go. So you can start these things cooking and walk away from them. Don't forget to set the timer on your air fryer because pretty soon, otherwise, you're going to have super crispy chicken waffle balls. So there you go. A bunch of things with the same ingredients, similar ingredients, but the air fryer, the chicken, super good, super tasty, making your whole family happy. Pretty reasonably healthy as well. If you go that route, you can go both ways with that. But either way, it was a good time. So thanks for joining me in the kitchen. If you have more questions, let me know. Again, I'm getting more of those. Hey, coach, I need the quick recipes. What do you got? What are the kids going to eat? They're going to eat this for sure. And again, the good part as a parent is you get to control what's in here. So that's the part I like. I don't necessarily like the restaurant. I don't know what they're putting in their food. So I like that part. Again, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Without you, we don't exist. So thank you for spending your time here. Keep your comments coming, questions coming. We love them. And until next time, keep living empowered.